Hey YouTube, if you're into 3D printing as much as I am, you may have been thinking about adding an airbrush to your toolbox. Well, I can show you how easy it is to clean it and use it in just a few short minutes. Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Will. I'm a 65-year-old man who has been studying Fusion 360 over the past couple of months, and I'm creating STL files so I can sell them on Amazon and other platforms like that as a print-on-demand item. So welcome to my channel. Generally I'm in Fusion 360 doing some type of tutorial or something like that, but today I think I wanted to do a short video on using an airbrush and my airbrush setup. I find that I can use it from anything from using it around the house on items to using it on my motorcycle to do touch-ups. So I thought I would share with you some of the tips that I have, because over the past 25 years I've been doing custom paint, and airbrush was just part of what I did every day. So what I'll do is take you over to the table and we'll tear it down and show you how it works, and then I'll do a little airbrush work on the part and we'll probably be finished up in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and remove our air hose from the airbrush. There are two connections. One's the hose and one is the air chuck or the air valve. And we want to remove the air valve, which is the top one, from the air gun, and that keeps the air in the tank, and you can see the little release valve, and that's what actually the trigger sits on top of and releases. So now we're going to go ahead and remove the handle, and this particular handle actually has a needle stop. It's adjustable, so you can pull it back or push it in to stop the needle from going back too far and allowing too much fluid to go through. So we'll remove the handle off, and now we have the needle. You can see how the mechanism works. We'll release the chuck for the needle, and I'll pull it back just a little bit. What we're going to do is just remove the front collar, and what this collar does, or this guard does, it stops from anything from hitting that needle that sticks out just a little bit when it's in completely. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. You can see what the needle looks like. And now we can go ahead and remove the nozzle cap. The nozzle cap holds the nozzle, which is what the needle slides into and allows the paint to fall out of. And there's your nozzle. And it is just big enough for the needle to go in. And when you're cleaning, you can even use the needle to help clean, to get it nice and clean in there. So that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and put it back together right quick, and we'll go ahead and do a little paint. As you can see, it doesn't take too long. You just want to do a thorough cleaning when you take it apart. And this is not even a full tear down. There are some other parts that can be removed and cleaned, but as long as you stay clean when you do your airbrushing, you shouldn't have to get into those type of parts. But there are thousands of videos that are available out there, better than mine, to show you how to do this. Go ahead and put the handle back on, give it a little bit of adjustment, and we'll go ahead and screw the air hose back onto it. And then we're pretty much ready to do a little painting. So let's mix up a little bit of paint, pour it in the cup, and then run it across the part. So to try to get the right color, I'm going to mix two different blues. One's a heavy metallic, one's non-metallic. And another thing about these paints, and any paint really, you'll need a reducer. A reducer is more like a paint thinner, and that's all it really is. And the paint itself is too thick to actually go through the nozzle, so it has to be reduced down to maybe like a milk-like thickness, so it sprays even and then doesn't clog in any way. So here I've already taped up all the gold pinstriping that we did prior to this. And all I'm doing is just hitting some of the edges that were wet sanded and some of the color came off. It's really hard to see here. Maybe I can spray on some tape just to show you that the color, there you go, and how much paint is actually coming out as I spray. Like with any paint, you want to make sure you don't have any overspray, so you have to be sure that you're not just laying it on top of something that you may be hitting it with paint with. Here's a good example here. I just need to get the point of this part with some color, and instead of spraying my table with it, I can press something behind it and just spray the paint to the thickness I want for that part. So one of the hardest things to understand about an airbrush is its dual action. And what the dual action really is we'll release this back a little bit so we can pull back on it. When you push down, it gives you your air. And it doesn't, at least this gun, doesn't have a variable air speed, meaning that once you press a little bit, it's just a little bit of air, or it's not like that. It's when you press it down, it opens the valve, and the whole pressure of whatever you've got it set on your regulator, which is the part right here that regulates how much air passes through. So the variable or the dual action trigger is probably one of the hard things to get used to, but there are other options. Like there's this other air gun that has a little trigger right here. That I've never used one, but I hear that once you start using it, it's very nice. I can tell you, as a beginner, or if you're just starting out with an airbrush, don't go out and spend $130 or more for just the airbrush. Just get the one that comes with a kit, that comes with a compressor and stuff to get started. And then as you progress and as you get better, then you can look at other guns. But I've used the Ottawa and I like the Ottawas, but to be honest, I've been using this one and I've really found no difference. The pinstriping, all the gold pinstriping that was on the parts was done with this brush. It's just a matter of once you get used to a tool, you'll know how to use it. So if you made it this far, if you would like or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And if you'd also check out the description and if all the links that we have there, you'll find the airbrush and the compressor that I use. Anything you buy through Amazon through our links, we get a small commission on. So that really helps our growth of our channel, and that keeps the commercials from being shown during my videos. So anyway, until next time, YouTube, I don't know what I'm printing, but I hope you're there with me. I think we're going to be doing some fusion and some printing. So until then, thank you so much. We'll see you later.